This one is really an interesting one because it always reminds me of a particular sale that I made years ago. And I remember going through this sales process and thinking, I'm doing okay, but like we were in some really tough competition and I could kind of see where maybe the alternate option might have been a better fit for that client. And I was like, biting my nails and the whole thing. And then I got the deal. And I can remember, yeah, woo, yay for me. But I remember having a conversation and I said, you know what, I'd really love to understand what was it that signed on the dotted line? Like, what was the thing that brought it home for you? And I assumed that he was going to tell me that it was, this feature that we had to have, or it was this function that we had to have, or whatever. But it wasn't any of those things. What he actually said was, you were the easiest to work with.
Interesting.
And I figure if you're that easy to work with during a sales process, I felt good that your company would be easy to work with as well.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Shut the front door. That's amazing. First, it was a huge compliment, right? But more importantly, what it proved to me was that the process matters.
Yeah.
Yes, product matters, but the process matters, right?
Absolutely. I love that you asked them that question. And it's interesting when you shared that story that you assumed it would have been one thing. Like when you asked that question, what was it that brought it home for you? Honestly, that in and of itself sometimes is a differentiator because not all salespeople, sometimes we ask that question when we lose a deal. Like, where did I go wrong? What did I miss? But how many times do people really ask, like, wow, I'm excited to work with you. What put you over the edge? Like, what brought it home for you? I think that's as telling as, doing a postmortem on deals that you lose. So good for you for not assuming why you won and asking the question. That's,
Hey, that was me showing a little bit of sales technique. Don't worry, I'm not anywhere coming near your territory. In a shocking turn of events, I demonstrated some very solid technique then. But, it got me thinking for this particular episode, we talk about differentiation and what you and I clearly stated on the last episode was this isn't about your products or your services, but really about the process and the experience that you deliver to prospects during the buying journey.
Right.
And so I got to thinking about like, okay, well, how can tech really play into that and what can it do? So I started thumbing through my little Rolodex. I'm dating myself. I started thumbing through my little Rolodex of apps, which is really a spreadsheet. And I started kind of looking at all my apps and I was really thinking like, how can I share some really useful strategies and techniques and apps for differentiation? And I settled on 3 major areas that are really easy for people to differentiate with. And it's really easy to use tech to make it happen.